It's Judy on the radio, building dreams and achieving more, telling it just like it is. Most of all, keeping it real. Are you ready for real talk? Changing lives and communities. Real talk. Saving all our families. Real talk. Bringing hope for you and me. Real talk. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio.
All right, welcome. Good morning, well, good mid-afternoon to each and every one of you. This is the Real Talk with Judy show. As you all can tell, I am not Dr. Judy, and we want to just continue to keep Dr. Judy and Mama Wesley in prayer. She had to hurry on home and take care of her mother, but we are here in her stead and moving things forward, but we do want to appreciate her. As she always says, that the Real Talk with Judy show is a place, a show that empowers, inspires, and motivates and helps women and leaders to see that anything is possible. She always said you got to see it before you can see it. And we have some phenomenal guests with us this afternoon, and we're excited about some things they're going to share with us. We're talking about empowering our community, the things that we do to uplift, build, especially in this time of this season. And so with that being said, we want you all to take the opportunity to look down below. If you're out there streaming on Facebook or YouTube, look down below. You'll see all the sponsors that are out there to help support and undergird this phenomenal radio broadcast, because I tell you it's needed. And so we so appreciate all that she does. And of course, her phenomenal engineer, Dr. Sister Priscilla, who's always there to lend a helping hand. So we just want to, so before we go ahead and move forward, I just want to pause, how do you say pause for the cause, right? Just want to pause for a moment of prayer. Father, we thank you right now. This show inspires, helps, motivates, and is the impetus of moving not just our city forward, but helping to move people in the right direction, mindset, body, soul. God, we thank you right now. We ask you to bless Mama Wesley right where she is, God, in that hospital. We thank you for regulating everything that needs to be regulated. We see her walking, coming up out of that hospital, walking, leaping, and giving God praise in the name of Jesus. So this day, we yield this platform to you, God, and we give this radio broadcast in honor of Mama Wesley and the Wesley family. So we thank you right now in Jesus' name. Come on, y'all out there, if you're out there on Facebook and YouTube, how they say in the church arena, put your hands together and praise the Lord. Yeah. So I have some guests here this morning that are just phenomenal. And most of them I already know, but for the sake of professionalism, and let me just say this, for the sake of the script that I was given by the one and only Sharon Varian, who is probably listening out there. We want to make it all right? We're going to, since she took the time to send Pastor Judy and Pastor T the script, we're going to go ahead and do it. So my good friend right here, La Rosa, who is the president of Delta Kappa Omega, of let me just say the greatest sorority on this side of heaven. Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So she is the president, and we also have Hajetta Huckabee, who is also Delta Kappa Omega Chapter, and Betty Rivers. So we thank God for them, and they're going to tell us a little bit about some of the things that they're doing in our community. First of all, give us a background, because everybody, they should know, everybody ought to know, but some may not know about this phenomenal sorority. And it's not just that we wear colors that are pink and green. It's not that we look oh so pretty and all of those things that they kind of tailor the traditional African-American sorority woman to. So tell us a little bit about some of the hard work that is done on the basis of this sorority.
Well, as you know, Alpha Kappa Alpha is the oldest Greek letter organization established by, and I want to say this out loud, African American college educated women. And Alpha Kappa Alpha was established on January 15th in 1908 on the campus of Howard University in Washington, D.C. And upon its establishment, it has 5 tenets. And one is to cultivate and encourage high scholastic and ethical standards. 2, we also promote unity and friendship among college women. We study and help alleviate problems concerning girls and women in order to improve their social structure. We also maintain a progressive interest in college life, and last but not so least, to be of supreme service to all mankind.
Yes, we can say that together. Supreme service to all mankind. I love it. I love it. So that's a little bit about the generals of our sorority as an organization. Now tell me a little bit about the foundation here, or the foundation of Delta Kappa Omega, and how it all started.
Well, back in 1944, when President Dr. William H. Gray Jr. had just been installed as president of FAMC then. We all know FAM University, but then it was FAMC. And so as he was trying to, I guess, add people to his administration, new faces started coming into the city. And some of these faces were of men, of course, who were in his administration, but a lot of them also were of women who were coming in his administration as professors and whatever. And as these women, continued to gather and accumulate, then all of a sudden, many of these women were AKA Alpha Kappa Alpha women. But at that time, there was not a chapter. There was not an Alpha Kappa Alpha graduate chapter in Tallahassee. So of course, they decided to get together, and they were missing, the bondhood, sisterhood, and the service activities and things that the chapters would do. So, of course, they decided to get together. So, on January 23rd, in 47, at the home of one of our most prestigious members of this community, and that was Charlotte Diggs Griffin, they met and decided that they want to form a chapter. And so, and evidently back in those days, it was pretty quick, because they did this on January 23rd. Mm-hmm. And then the next day, on January 24th, the person who was able to establish that chapter was in Tallahassee. Mm-hmm. So they met again, and this time they met at a member, Dora Anderson's home. And on that day and on that night, Delta Kappa Omega was established.
All right, that's good. So, and we talk about, there's a lot of organizations, just to be honest. And when you think about all that we do and the things that we can do to give back to our community. And one of the things I do know about Delta Kappa Omega is you all have been very strategic in giving out scholarships, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. And then, because my daughter was the recipient of one, actually, and then to also the programs that you have for, especially some of our, I don't want to say Title I schools, but I know you all have some information to share with us about your, especially your math and your reading program. Mm-hmm. Let's talk a little bit about that. So it'll give our community a little bit of awareness of reach out, right? Go ahead.
Yes, this program began in September 26, 1981, with the vision of Flora Lucille Cunningham to provide free tutoring for students in the Tallahassee and surrounding areas. It was located initially at the Bond Community Center Library, now the Smith-Williams Service Center. And 12 years later, the program relocated to the B.L. Terry Jr. Branch Library. In 2003, it has been at this location for 19 years. The Delta Kappa Omega chapter proudly proclaims that its signature program has provided 41 years of outstanding service in the community. 41 years. Wow. Yes. And over the years, the program has won the coveted A. Katherine Johnson Reading Award at the AKA South Atlantic Regional Conference. The Reading and Math Program Committee provides oversight of the program, and I serve as the chair. And since 2020, the chapter has supported a virtual format and expects to return in person to the Perry Branch Library in fall 2023.
Now, that's some good information
Yeah.
to know, because I was gonna ask how do you get the word out to the community that you are there?
Right, right. Now let me mention something else. Enrollment, it ranges from 20 to 25, and most students attend Title I schools in Leon County. Now the tutors include committee members along with undergraduate members of Beta Alpha and Zeta Omicron chapters. Additionally, community volunteers along with FAMU and FSU students participate as tutors. Now, to conduct conducting the virtual tutoring sessions on Saturday, the program begins at 10:30 a.m. and ends at 12 noon, except for holidays, and is in line with the Leon County Schools schedule. For each tutoring session, the tutor, and this is one-on-one tutoring, each child is assigned a tutor for the duration of the semester. And they meet, they do a little meet and greet, and then the tutors get a Black History, American History video, and they share that with the students. And then the student has homework, they will work with them in that regard. And they, if they have time, they will engage in IXL reading and IXL math. Now, the chapter subscribe to the IXL, it's the IXL.com. And this is the world's most popular subscription-based practice program for K through 12, covering math, language arts, science, and other subjects. And interactive questions, awards, and certificates keep kids motivated as they master skills. But we focus primarily on math and language arts. Those are the only two subjects that we offer the child. And we do that specifically because more often than not, especially as we look at report cards, reading and math,
the critical components.
Components, yes.
So how does the community find out about you guys?
Okay, well, we work very closely with the school.
Okay.
We work very closely with the schools. We have contacts. For instance, we're at Pineview. We have contact with Pineview. With Sable Palm, we have contact there. We have and then at the Story Park Middle Schools. So we have contacts, and then also SORA will make offer recommendations as well.
So if there's a parent out there right now who's listening and they are interested in having their child come aboard, or even on the virtual component of it, where should they go? Should they go to the office and say, I heard about this program on Real Talk with Judy show. They teach from the Excel platforms. How can I get my child involved? Is there any cost? If they have all of these things, where would you direct them to?
Well, they can call the center, and the number really escapes right now. But call the Providence Community Service.
Providence Community Service Center.
Okay.
But also, we've had drop-ins when we were in person.
Yeah, in
people
person.
just literally drop in, and then a lot of times members who know members of the sorority or the chapter, they would just contact them, and then we would refer them to member Rivers.
Okay.
Yeah, but the pandemic it necessitated us to change the program to accommodate now. To accommodate, yes. But when we're back in person, yes, the community can call the center.
Okay, so you got the math and reading program. So let's talk a little bit about these scholarships. Because I believe the math and reading program cater to elementary, middle school.
Yes. For virtually elementary.
Right.
Schools.
So you don't particularly cater to high school.
Well, let me mention this. The reading and math. We have actually, there's another program we're going to talk about. The reading and math program really caters to not only elementary, but we have a high school student, and this guy has been with us since he was in elementary school. Yeah, okay. And he's about to graduate. But the program has just benefited him so well as 8th grade. So we do have other grades.
Okay,
Yes,
gotcha.
right, in
Okay.
this program.
We may not target those grades,
Yeah.
but if anyone were to
Right.
reach out to the reading
Absolutely.
and math program,
Right.
I'm pretty sure they will take
Right.
them on.
Oh, absolutely,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
I love
And
it. I
especially
love
we
it.
had walk-ins, but when we had walk-ins, we didn't know who was gonna walk in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good, that's
Yeah.
good stuff.
Mhm.
Well, y'all have to have some on point, because that, now I can get the reading part.
Uh-huh.
But when it comes to that math part, oh my goodness. So I understand that sometimes even with parents, if they feel that math is not their strong suit, this is perhaps a program that they can kind of lean on to get that help, to get those, algebra, that chemistry stuff going.
And that's the benefit of having college students involved.
Yes.
Because men up still remember. They haven't forgotten it yet. They haven't forgotten it yet.
Yeah.
Right, so we love having the college students.
I remember with my daughter one time, she was telling me, Mom, look at this, help me with this. I said, okay, sure, Mom, I can help you with it. I looked at that thing, I said, you should know how to do that. All right, so tell us a little bit about the scholarship programs you have.
Well, I want to start off by talking about the 75th Diamond Anniversary Gala, because our theme, 75 Acts of Sisterhood, Service, and Scholarship.
Okay.
So therefore, the
ties
ultimate
together,
goal
right,
of the gala is to raise funds for our scholarships.
I love it.
And these scholarships are given to high school students, undergraduates, as well as we have an endowment. So I encourage high school students, and we always get, the word is out, students can apply, and we are very proud of what we have done in the past. This is an ongoing initiative that we implement at Delta Kappa Omega.
I love it.
So scholarships, please, students, you're out there, you're seniors, be on the lookout. We will be sending information to our high schools so that our guidance counselors will have this information so that you can apply. Last year, we gave scholarships to 9 high schoolers. Now, I want to say that when I say apply, that means that you are giving a topic and you have to write about that topic, and it is scored according to a rubric. And so and of course, one other aspect of that is, what are you doing in terms of community service? Are you doing anything within the community as a high schooler? Because that's where it begins, because that community service then transfers to when you become an adult and you become
Give back to your community. I love it.
So we are very, very proud of that. So I encourage, yes, we want to raise money for our scholarships to be given to our students. And that's, as I said before, that's a part of our theme. 75 acts of sisterhood, service, and scholarship. But let me talk about the sisterhood. Okay. That is a very, very important part of Alpha Kappa Alpha women, that sisterhood. And in that regard, we have had several activities to strengthen our sisterhood. Pink and green pajama party. Awesome. You dress up in your pajamas, and we had sorors who even won a prize for the pajamas that were the most glamorous, elegant, or, whatever. Right. So we encouraged that. We also had another activity entitled, this was virtual, Sisterhood, Empowered and Encouraged event. Okay. Another one, we had Delta Kappa Omega Chapter Charter Day, where our Delta Kappa Omega sorors wore, and you can't see this, I wish you could, our beautiful t-shirts, signifying that we are celebrating our 75th anniversary, as well as a gorgeous pin that says, AKA Delta Kappa Omega, the 75th Diamond Anniversary. We are very proud of that.
And also, don't mention, when we talk about scholarships, in order to really enhance our scholarships, we had somewhat of a, I'm gonna call it a challenge. We challenged each member to donate $75 for scholarships directly to our scholarship fund. So I'm proud to say we are reaching almost some thousands of dollars in scholarship, and that's direct to our scholarship fund.
Absolutely.
So let me pause right there. Yes. Because somebody might be listening and think, okay, that's all well and good, y'all doing, I love your pink and green and all of that stuff. But, and sisterhood and all that stuff, the camaraderie, but I want you all to tell me quickly and point out the value of the connectivity and sisterhood and how it carries over into the community.
So you're talking about service.
Right. So,
Yes,
right.
I'm gonna talk about service,
Okay.
because that's another aspect of service. Veterans Day, we gave towels and washcloths to veterans. 54 veterans at the home front in the Providence community. Service, we participate in Relay for Life, breast cancer walk, clothes distribution to the Providence community. And we also donated funds to the pharmacy department for students at Florida A&M University who are in need. So service is a huge component of what we do. That's just a small aspect. Those are just some examples of what we have done this year. But service is definitely a part of who we are, what we are about.
Right.
Serving the community.
Giving back.
And giving back. Another area, we had what we call during the pandemic, the front porch book distribution, where we had 10 sorors to say, I will decorate my front porch, and sorors brought books written by African Americans.
Oh, I love
We
it.
collected over 300 books in that regard, and those books were given to Bond Elementary,
Yes.
Nims Middle School, and Rickards High School. Because, you look at the developmental levels, and the books that were donated were covered all areas. So that's another way of giving back, and that has been one of the most exciting aspects that I have participated in, because I had my front door all dressed up, and sorors, all they had to do was come by, drop the book in the area that I had designated, and leave.
And so the young people can go and look at these books? I mean,
when we did the donations to the schools, at Bond, they actually had a bookcase, and they had our name was embedded on the bookcase for those books, and even the administration was very, very proud, and they said those books will be given to the students, read by the students, so they were very excited about those books, and all the schools were.
And I think it can inspire them to be writers. My daughter is a writer. And I think our young people need to know that, you can be an Alice Walker or greater, or Maya Angelou poet or greater. And so when we, when we stand up and we become proponents of reading, which is what this is, and say there's a value in it. Y'all know there's this adage that they have. I don't know, it's the saying that if you want to, and they say this, and I'm going to just be very transparent, is that if you want to hide something from a Black person, put it in a book. And so when you hear that, and that's a stigma that they've kind of tied to African Americans, that's kind of frightening. And so when we encourage our young people to read, open that book, and make it appealing to them, allow them to see that, hey, I like reading, there's nothing wrong with it. I know Godmama Judy, Real Talk with Judy, she would buy Cameron these books, these portfolios. She's an artist and she's a writer. And y'all, it could be, I saw a cat cross the road in the middle of the day to get to the middle of the night. We say, girl, that was good. All right, girl, that was good. Oh my goodness, girl, you are the next. And so that's how a godmama would tell her stuff like that, right? But that's what we have to do. We have to, embellish our exactness about who they are when it comes to reading, their writing, even with math. And we just have to say, you can do it. And then if you don't get it, you can get back up and do it again. So
that's express themselves.
Yeah.
And we do have another program, a children's program that I'd like to share.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me give you the number here to Providence. Somebody put it in.
Oh, yeah.
And so somebody out there, because we want you all to take advantage of this. And I want you to share this, because it's going to broadcast again at 850-597-7911. That's the Providence Center, and it's actually run by
the Delta
Kappa Omega Foundation. And this is what they're talking about today, all that they give back. And I love it because Delta Kappa Omega Foundation sits right in the middle of an African American community.
Yes, it does.
And I love that. And
Right.
so that just lets you know what their heart is given towards in the work there. They want to do the groundwork in building that community.
Mhm.
All right, let's hear about the tutoring program.
We're so excited. The Delta Kappa Omega Foundation, in partnership with the City of Tallahassee Community Reinvestment Agency, or CRA, celebrated success at a ribbon cutting ceremony in 2012. The foundation opened the Delta Kappa Omega Providence Community Service Center, and it's located at 1908 Highland Street. And this multi-purpose 6,000 square foot facility is the ideal location to implement community projects. And in the same year, the foundation established a signature program empowering youth for the future and to provide an array of services in the Providence community. The foundation's grants committee took a leap of faith and applied for funding to support the program. Since 2017 to the present, the foundation has been awarded funding through the Community Human Services Partnership. To date, the foundation has been awarded $320,000, which included 3 two-year grants. Since the pandemic, the foundation has provided community services virtually. For 2022 through 24, the DKO Foundation, in collaboration with Title I schools, offer a free virtual homework assistance program for 30 students. And the format design included hiring 3 certified teachers for homework assistance Monday through Wednesday, 4 to 7 p.m. And also the center director to the students on Tuesday and Thursday, 4 to 7 p.m. In addition to tutoring, the format ensures consistent staffing, stable enrollment, tracking of student attendance, parent consultation, and mentoring. At the end of each 9-week grading period, the student performance financial incentives provides gift cards for recipients of the report card, or recipients rather, of the report card.
Innovation.
Plus,
Incentivize.
Plus, participating students will receive another gift card for IXL independent study by completing 200 math and language arts lessons. To end the first semester, the foundation will host in a few days the annual student recognition holiday celebration. The teachers attend and present the students who share their tutoring experiences and get public speaking there. And then the parents get a turn to talk about the benefits of the program. So we love it. It's a fun time for everyone. Okay. And also to mention that the foundation has also donated school supplies to Pineview, Sableton Elementary in 21, and then the book bag giveaway in August. Yeah, it was a great success. So we're in the community.
We are.
Yeah. So we're excited about both of these programs.
Awesome. So we got the reading and math program, we got scholarships, we
Yeah.
got tutoring. Y'all, all of this is happening right in the midst, and people say we're not doing anything.
No.
Y'all can tell them about the
Yes.
Delta Kappa Omega Foundation,
Yes.
Providence Center. So we're excited. So you have a few more minutes. I want you to tell us about how we can get this money and how the public can get involved and help even with the gala. We want to talk a little bit about that.
May I
and then
talk about this is a spiritual station?
Yeah.
I want to talk about the fact that we also make sure that we take care of the spiritual side of our sorority. And the saying goes that a family that prays together stays together. A sorority who prays together stays together. And in that regard, we had a powerful, sweet hour of prayer. Sweet hour of prayer service at the Freedom Church to pray for each other, to pray for our initiatives. We have new initiatives. We have a new international president. And so, because we are now in the throes of beginning some new community service activities.
Yes.
So we had to come together to pray and ask God to support us, to keep us, and to continue to love us unconditionally.
I love it. That's it. That's some good stuff. As Pastor Judy was saying, that's real talk.
Real
That's
talk.
real talk. Close us out with some remarks, President.
Well, first of all, I want to get back to our gala. And as you know, on January 24th of this year, our corporate office recognized us as what we call a diamond
Mhm.
chapter.
Yeah.
So that's for our 75 years of service. And at that time, we were excited, and we were thinking about having a gala. But due to the pandemic, we decided to delay that to the end of the year. And as we were waiting to the end of the year, that's when we started our 75 acts of sisterhood service and scholarship. So now that, we passed the pandemic aspect of it, and so now we decided to host our gala in December. So our 75th Diamond Gala celebration will be held on Sunday, December the 11th. We're having a reception at 5 o'clock, and then a dinner program and gala, which includes dancing, at 6:30 p.m.
Okay.
And the dancing will be provided the music will be provided by Tallahassee Nightlife.
Oh, is that not me?
And so this gala will be held at the Florida State University Legends Dunlap Champions Club. That's the old University Center Club on Stadium Drive. And the attire is formal, so all those of you who have those nice formal dresses out there. And our tickets can be purchased on Eventbrite. All you have to do is search Delta Kappa Omega 75th Diamond Gala.
I love it. Well, ladies, my soror. You heard that pastor say my soror. Hey, we are excited.
Yes, we are.
Excited about being there with you all to celebrate, because it is for such a great cause.
Yes.
Because it's going all the way back into our community. That's what I love about it the most. It's going back into our community to help build our Black and brown children.
Yes.
Amen. Because we want to see them in places that we may never have gotten or gone to. So this is some good stuff. Yes, yes.
I want to take a personal privilege. As you know, we're here all week, our sorors.
Yes.
And I just want to say a thank you, because we do have a sister chapter in this community, Chi El Salon,
Yes,
which
that will
you
be.
are a
Yes,
member,
that will be.
and we
Yes,
want to
yes.
thank you.
Yes.
You purchased a table,
Yes, we did.
and you gave scholarship money. So we want to say,
Absolutely.
sisters, we are sisters, and we serve each other, and we help each other.
That's right. Sisterhood is what it
Yes.
does.
Yes.
Y'all heard me. Sisterhood is what it does. I'm going to take that one back. We're going to close out with that note, and as we transition, we're so grateful for each and every one of you joining us. And we got a second segment coming, so we got to kind of transition. But as we transition, we are glad about everybody being here. We're going to make sure that the laptop is not, what does that say?
It's running low.
Hey, that D is about to die on us. We're not going to let it die. We're going to multiply. So thank you, ladies. And so as we transition, Lord, we can tell you all, thank you all so much. We got another young lady coming in here right before us, and I believe she's out there waiting on us. Thank you. Thank you. And as she comes in, yes, we're going to talk a little bit. Sister Judy, I hope you're out there listening. I hope these ladies of Alpha Sorority Incorporated of Delta Kappa Omega. I hope they inspired and enlightened you in terms of what they are able to give us, all that they're bringing back to our good community, our good old city of Tallahassee, right? They have done some great things. But right before us, we have one of our other community partners here in the city of Tallahassee. Her name is Shanta Haywood. Shanta Haywood, and she is the chairman of Arts Facet Tallahassee Chapter of the Links Incorporated. I love it, and I know you're coming to bring us some good stuff as well, because just as Delta Kappa Omega, they have partnered with us to do some things in this community, so has the Links. And so I want you to quickly tell us about you, and then tell us a little bit about what Links does and their platform and the impetus of what they bring to our community.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for having me. And I'm sitting here looking at you saying, wow, you look even more amazing in person.
Oh, you
I'm up here being a fan.
Oh,
supposed to be here
that's
talking
awesome.
business. But I am Shanta Haywood, and I'm so happy to be a member here of the Tallahassee Chapter of the Links Incorporated. And I'm also happy to be serving as the chair of the Arts Facet, following some really big shoes with Dumpy Flowers and Anita Fingers.
Oh my
You know
goodness.
them.
Amazing.
So can you imagine the pressure
Yes.
that I'm under, to follow that type of outstanding leadership? And the Arts Facet is a part of our larger, one of our larger programs with the national organization, and that's what I want to share with the community.
So tell the people what is Links.
The Links Incorporated is an organization which consists of really dynamic African American women who are out there influencing major decisions, who are out there doing some amazing work in the community, nationally and internationally. It was founded in 1946, and in response to a lot of what was going on socially and culturally in the country, and a group of African American women in Philadelphia decided that they would organize around trying to address some of those societal issues around friendship.
Oh, that's good. And that goes back to talking about that sisterhood thing, and because I am a true proponent that you can't try to build the outside if there's no inside. And a lot of times I think when we unite together, because me alone trying to make a difference is harder. But when you get organizations like some sororities and Links Incorporated and Jack and Jill, they become foundational in helping us build. And a lot of people say, well, why do they need a Jack and Jill and a Links? Because let's go back historically, because at one point in time, we could not get into some of these quote unquote societal things. And so we had to create our own pretty much and be our own leaders and highlight our leaders, because in these organizations, we highlight leaders, their strengths. We pull those strengths out of them. And Links is one of those places where they pull those strengths, and those strengths of all those beautiful African American women just kind of rise to the top. Mm-hmm. And so because of that, we're able to do some of the things that we do in our community. I love that.
So I think that's beautifully said. And when I was listening to the previous session, it reminded me of that collectively within the community, people are responding to needs. And at the center of it are Black women as well, with the sorority and with the Links as well. So you're so spot on in terms of how we take responsibility and ownership for the direction of our race and society.
So how has the Arts Academy and the scholarships, how do they help within our community? How do we get access?
Mm-hmm. What the Links Incorporated, are doing is we're responding to a national crisis. We're responding to issues that our Black youth have nationally with writing, with different forms of creative expression. Mm. And so the establishment of the Arts Academy is a direct response to that, and it reflects our desire to want to go out there and try to correct it. And so what we do with the Arts Academy here is we give our local youth a space to correct some of these problems that they're having with writing and creative expression. And so our Arts Academy has a two-pronged curriculum. One which helps them, those who are painters and visual artists who can draw. We help develop their skill set in that area by partnering them with amazing talent already here in town. And then the other component is writing.
Yes.
And where we give those who are creative writers, spoken word artists, poets, the opportunity to write. And then we are going to merge the two. So hopefully at the end of our Arts Academy this year, we're going to produce a journal.
Oh, that's awesome.
And our students are going to be those who are writing, maybe those who can paint, who will illustrate their writing. So that's our response to addressing this national problem with our youth.
And so who do you all mainly cater to? Do you work with the Title I schools, or is it how do they get to you? That's the thing. So we can hear about, you know, everything that's out there, but the key is, how do I get to your Arts Academy?
Yeah, and I'm so sorry. I get so excited about
That's
what we're
okay.
doing, and but so for everyone, the way to get to the Arts Academy is they can reach out to me directly on my email, which is getsmart4college@gmail.
Say that one more time and say it loud, like I'm proud.
Yeah, I know it. Getsmart4college@gmail, and that's the number 4.
I love it.
And what they will do there is they will reach out to me, and then I will send them a form to get information from them about how they can become a part of the organization. They can also send, well, that's the best way.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Reach out by email.
Mm-hmm.
Getsmart4college@gmail.
Mm-hmm.
Getsmart, the number 4college@gmail.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's some good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So once they touch bases with you all, do you stay in touch with the students? How do y'all build that platform? How does it become even greater? Do they attend one time or the semester and they're out there on their own, or how long can they be a part of you guys?
Okay, good. That's a very good question. So what we do is once the students become a part of the academy, they participate in our curriculum. They meet on weekends, and they are given workshops. And in those workshops, we bring in these volunteers, artists and writers who are professionals who help them develop their skill sets. And then we continue to produce and do activities. We have receptions for the students. We take them on excursions to art galleries, to different writing, expos to help them develop their skills.
Okay, so you got all of this, and so how do y'all build money? How do you get your funds in? I know that you all have something coming up, the holiday season. I love it. And I've heard about it. It's called the Jingle and Mingle with the Link. And that's, of course, another pretty much like the 75th Gala to bring in money for scholarships, not just for socializing, but to bring in money to help build these programs that you're offering to our community. So tell us a little bit about the Jingle and the Mingle.
You're touching on a very important part, which is that, a lot of us are really trying to build that financial base to support what it is that we're doing. And so that Jingle and Mingle gala, not gala, but soiree that we're going to have is for that purpose. And we're having it actually in the latter part of the month, like the week before Christmas. That's good. It is. It's the 21st of December, and we know that's the week before Christmas. So we're telling people that while you're out there hustling and bustling, trying to do your last minute shopping, come and jingle and mingle with us. And for $45, you get the opportunity to help support our scholarship program, and you get the opportunity to win $1,000 shopping spree and a gem collection.
I love it.
You can go there the last week before the holiday and pick out lovely jewelry. But so the proceeds from that go to support the academy as well as 4-year scholarships for our participants. Okay, so the 4-year scholarships, and they can contact you as well regarding if they're a senior. This is senior criteria. They can apply for a scholarship the same way, with the same email address if they're interested, with the academy, but they can apply for a scholarship through you as well. The scholarships are available to students who participate in the academy. And once again, it is a direct response to the Links Incorporated, responding to a national issue with our Black youth who are not, we see this trend of them not entering into the arts and the humanities, right? And so what we want to do is, because we firmly believe that art is the soul of our culture and of our community, we want to encourage more young people to kind of turn that into a profession, become a professional at encoding the soul of our culture. And so what we do,
you seem so passionate.
What do you do?
What do you do?
I am a professor here at Florida State University, and I've also been, an aspiring university president. So I've always
Y'all, she's so passionate in here. Y'all, I'm looking right at her. So y'all can see all these emotions as she talks about our young people and what they want to do for them, because they feel that this is something that is being left behind. This a part of us, which is our culture, and engagement. That so this is some good stuff.
And our young people have to encode it. They have to preserve it, because and the links nationally and locally, we're just so committed to making sure that generations ahead are going to be capturing what our young people are feeling. Generations ahead can look back at this moment and see how our young people were responding artistically and creatively to all of the things that are going on in our society and in our community. And that's what we're doing. So the 4-year scholarship, what we do, we pay tuition for 4 years for the students who go through our academy, get admitted to a university majoring in art.
Wow.
In an art-related field. So it could be art, it could be creative writing, it could be graphic design, and that shows you the extent of our commitment to ensuring that our culture is preserved.
Because I believe our culture is on the line.
I agree.
Because like I said, because just to be honest, I'm guilty too. My baby is an art. Like I said, she's an artist, she's a writer. And I was like, girl, I can't make no money, but I do. But as she said, she's at Purdue. And so as she matriculates through Purdue, I tell her, whatever you want to be, baby, you do you express yourself. And I'm almost like, get her back to pen and paper, because I know that relieves some of her stress, some of her anxiety, because the math, she's an engineering major, mechanical engineering major. But when she starts drawing, it's almost like it releases all of that tension in her. When she starts writing is her medicinal. Y'all talking about medicinal?
Yes,
that's her medicinal, her medicine, her relief, her stress, because she writes it out. So this part of our culture is good. So we want to encourage our young people to put pen to the paper.
Think about it. Think about during the pandemic. What was it that we missed the most? Yeah. We missed all of those things that are found in artistic expression. Not all, most of it. We miss going to Broadway. We miss going to the movies. We miss going to concerts. We miss going to the places where we get our culture and our art and our lives given back to us in some form of expression. So, as with your daughter, with mine as well, she's an artistic person. She's a creative, but she's also science. She's a scientist. Just got her environmental science degree.
Oh, I like
Me too. I'm over here.
but
you know what makes her happy?
Drawing and writing.
Singing and performing. And so, I'm proud of her being a scientist. And I'm sure you're proud of your daughter being an engineer, and those of us whose kids are in med school. But we save those kids for life, and art is life.
Yes, art. Y'all heard that? Art is life. Art is life. I'm gonna text that to my baby today. Art is life. So in these last few minutes that we have, just tell us how they can get a ticket to the jingle, to the mingle, the mingle to the jingle.
That's right. Come out and jingle and mingle with the link.
Yeah.
One of the ways that they can get a ticket again is to go to Eventbrite.
Okay.
And when they go to Eventbrite, they can search Jingle Mingle, they can search Tallahassee Links, and they can search, the art, there. So they can definitely go to Eventbrite. They can also send a request to that same email, which is getsmart4college@gmail.
Yeah.
The number 4 @gmail.
Awesome. Well, it has been a pleasure talking with you. I've had the Delta Kappa Omega sorority here, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Delta Kappa Omega. their work at the foundation here and their math and reading program, their scholarships, and as they get ready to celebrate their 75th anniversary. And then we have Shanta Haywood. You know, I've heard that name so much. I'm so glad to put name with face with the link with the arts program. Yes, ma'am.
And I'm so glad to be here, especially representing the chapter on behalf of our chapter president, Kimberly Hankerson.
Yes, I know
Yes.
Kimberly very, very well. Kimberly Hankerson very, very well. So this is good. And as we close out, thank you for joining us and joining the Real Talk with Judy show. I love it because she gives our community an opportunity to present their platforms and give them that space that they otherwise could not have. And I appreciate her for that so much because she gives us that voice so people can know that we're here and we want to give back to our community as well, right? Y'all not sitting there in your green. Y'all wear green, right? What's your
Green and black.
Yeah, green and black, right? I know y'all got some green and
pearl, but I have green and black.
I see it. So thank you so much. Hey, we're right at the hour for the Real Talk with Judy show. So appreciative of all of you all joining us. We want to continue to keep Mama Wesley in prayer. Thank God for Pastor Judy, Dr. Judy, as she travels back from Fort Lauderdale, the Wesley family, each of you all. We lift you all up. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Real Talk with Judy show. And as she said, that is Real Talk. God bless you all and have a great day.
Real talk with Judy on the radio.